What happens when a yearning soul calls out for his destined devotees? Watch as Sri Ramakrishna's burning desire to meet his spiritual companions transforms into life-changing encounters. Welcome to another episode in our series on the life of Sri Ramakrishna. In today's chapter, we explore a crucial phase when the Master, filled with an intense longing, called out to his destined devotees, the chosen souls who would carry forward his divine realizations. From Ramachandra Dutta to Girish Chandra Ghosh, these early devotees came to Dakshineswar, drawn by Sri Ramakrishna's magnetic personality and profound love. In this episode, we will see how these encounters unfolded, transforming the lives of everyone involved. We'll explore the heartfelt moments, spiritual guidance, and the powerful impact these meetings had on shaping a new spiritual brotherhood. Stay tuned to witness the incredible story of how Sri Ramakrishna's yearning for spiritual companionship led to the coming of his most devoted followers. Chapter 13. The Coming of the Devotees. Sri Ramakrishna was now burning with a tremendous desire to meet his devotees, the favored children of the Divine Mother, to whom he might pass his realizations for the good of humanity and the world. About this he would say later, "There was no limit to the yearning I had then. During the daytime, I managed somehow to control it. The secular talk of the worldly minded was galling to me, and I would look forward wistfully to the day when my beloved companions would come. I hoped to find solace in conversing with them and unburdening my mind by telling them of my realizations. Every little incident would remind me of them, and thoughts of them wholly engrossed my mind. When during the evening service the temple rang with the sound of bells and conch shells, I would climb to the roof of the building in the garden, and writhing in anguish of heart, cry at the top of my voice, 'Come, my boys! Oh, where are you? I cannot bear to live without you.' A mother never longs so intensely for the sight of her child, nor a friend for his companion, nor a lover for his sweetheart, as I did for them. Oh, it was indescribable." Shortly after this yearning, the devotees began to come in. The first two persons who responded to the call of Sri Ramakrishna were Ramachandra Dutta and Manomohan Maitra, who were cousins and lived in Calcutta. The former was a medical practitioner and a lecturer in the Calcutta Medical College. He came across a copy of a newspaper conducted by Keshab Chandra's son, wherein he read about Sri Ramakrishna. One afternoon in 1879, Ramchandra, accompanied by Manomohan, visited Dakshineswar and met the Master. They were charmed at his kindness, for such cordiality and sympathy at first sight they had never experienced before. Sri Ramakrishna's love seemed so new and so genuine to them because it was selfless. From this time on, their lives took a different turn. Not being content with going to see the Master themselves, Manomohan and Ram induced their relatives and friends also to go to Dakshineswar to be blessed by coming in contact with the Master. By this time, other devotees were visiting Sri Ramakrishna, and every Sunday his small room was crowded. These devotees became acquainted with one another, and those who were practicing religious exercises under the guidance of the Master formed themselves into a sort of spiritual brotherhood. Now and then Sri Ramakrishna would accept invitations from Calcutta to visit devotees, and these meetings gradually took the shape of little festivals. Ramchandra had a friend named Surendranath Mithra who lived close to him. He held an important position in an English firm. At first a bohemian, he became a changed man through the influence of Sri Ramakrishna's love. His purse was always open for the Master's comfort. After the passing of the Master, he became the mainstay of the Brahmanagore monastery from its very start. Balaram Bose, another householder disciple of Sri Ramakrishna, was a rich zamindar of Orissa. From his first meeting with Sri Ramakrishna at Dakshineswar in 1882, he became exceedingly devoted to him and supplied all his personal necessities up to the last. It was in his Calcutta house at Bagh Bazar that Sri Ramakrishna very often met his devotees and spent the time in devotional songs and inspiring spiritual discourses. It was in March 1882 that Mahendranath Gupta, better known as Master Mahashay RM, the immortal writer of the Kuthamritha in Bengali, since translated as the Gospel of Sri Ramakrishna, a book recording the conversations of Sri Ramakrishna, first met the Master at Dakshineswar. He was then the headmaster of Vidyasagar's Metropolitan Institution, Shyambazar branch, and was all along an educationist. He ranked very high among the master's intimate followers. Through his personal touch, hundreds of eager aspirants, young and old, received great spiritual impetus, while his Kuthumritha, as a faithful record of the highest spiritual experiences of man in the simplest language, has no equal in the whole range of scriptural literature. Another distinguished devotee of Sri Ramakrishna was Durga Charannag, better known as Nag Mahashaya, who came of poor parents in the village named Diabhag in the district of Dhaka. From his boyhood, his one absorbing thought was how to escape worldly bonds. He was told that without realization of God, there was no salvation. He spent night after night in prayer and meditation, but with no success. At last, while practicing as a physician in Calcutta, he came under the holy influence of Sri Ramakrishna, and by his life of absolute non-attachment, humility, self-effacement, and purity of character, subsequently rose to be one of the foremost householder devotees of the Master. The name of Girish Chandra Ghosh is a household word in Bengal as the greatest dramatist in the Bengali language and the father of the Bengali stage. He was a victim of the first impact of the materialism of the age on Indian society and led a reckless life before he came in contact with Sri Ramakrishna in 1884. From that time, he was a thoroughly changed man and had unbounded faith in Sri Ramakrishna. The Master used to extol his intelligence very highly. His unique devotion and self-surrender marked him out as one of the greatest of the householder devotees of Sri Ramakrishna. Purnachandra Ghosh of North Calcutta was a devotee whom the Master gave a very high place among his closest followers. He was only a boy of 13 when he first met Sri Ramakrishna, who remarked on seeing him that Purna completed the list of his inner circle of devotees. Hundreds of such sincere devotees clustered round Sri Ramakrishna, whose pregnant utterances and magnetic personality completely changed the course of their lives and made them blessed. In our next episode, we take you into the world of Sri Ramakrishna's monastic disciples, the young and devoted souls who were drawn to the Master's feet and dedicated their lives to his mission. Discover how these earnest seekers, including the renowned Swami Vivekananda, Swami Brahmananda, and others, embraced a life of renunciation, becoming spiritual giants in their own right. Don't miss this inspiring chapter that highlights the power of devotion, the spirit of service, and the profound impact of Sri Ramakrishna's teachings on his closest companions. Thank you for listening till the end. Please subscribe, turn on the notifications, like, comment, and share with your friends. This will help more listeners to discover our channel and content.